Francis, both of you guys, just how have things been adjusting coming in? I guess a little bit later, but how things have been adjusting. What do you think of Fayetteville and University?
Me coming in, I just came in ready to work, came in ready to adapt. It's been good as in coming in during the summertime, got some good work, started to learn the offense, and now going into fall camps, going over the install again and still learning from here and getting better every day.
My adjustment's been a little bit different because I had Coach Souders all last summer, so I kind of knew what to expect there. But other than that, it was a little bit frustrating, kind of being a fifth year guy, having known the offense for the last 4 years and going into summer, kind of just focusing on the physical side of it. And this summer's been very mentally challenging trying to learn this offense. But I think I don't know how, but Coach Turner somehow got me to fall in love with like the X's and the O's side of football, and I'm really, I think for the first time in my football career, like enjoying that part of it. So it's been a great transition.
17-yard touchdown in the bowl game, kind of a springboard, I guess, maybe for you into the spring. How have you come along? I know that, like I said, springboard you a lot in the spring, but how since the spring, where have you been your biggest areas of development?
Since that touchdown, I think really it was a confidence booster. But really, I've been trying to like forget it since in the past I moved to the future. And right now, I've just been focusing on finishing catches, finishing blocks, putting people on the ground, and just being more physical and leading the way for other guys and being a better leader all around for transfers, freshmen, whoever's here. Just trying to be a leader since Back's here right now, but Back's gonna be here next year. I'm trying to be that guy for the guys when they're not here.
Hard for you. Coach Turner, it's his first year. What have you picked up from him that maybe has been a little bit different from what you learned last year?
A lot of more details. I think details are very like big in the game. Like I know our last offense, they'll tell you like go get that guy, but like this one they'll tell you how to get to that guy, how to combo to that guy, or like help you tackle and get to that guy. It's just a lot more small details that he knows about the game that help like makes it easier and helps the offense better and helps everything else better.
And then last year, you kind of had an interesting situation with the red shirt where you were able to play in the bowl game. What was that situation like where you asked for the red shirt and then when you found out you were going to get to play in the bowl game?
I think I was happy. I actually called my mom and told her like after that I was going to play in the game, and Pittman was hyping me up in the weight room and stuff about it. And then he told Morgan that I could play, and Morgan eyes lit up, and then it was just a great moment knowing I could showcase what I could do.
Var'keyes and Francis, Morgan was just here saying that you guys kind of fell in love or this place surprised you. What was it that surprised you when you got here and made you want to come?
Have you ever interacted with Coach Pittman? Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Coach Pittman, and I had just saw the offense and I was like, yeah, this got to be the place for tight ends, and it fit tight ends well.
Morgan also said something about the returning guys when these two and Luke comes in and Shamar that you guys welcome. Can you maybe talk about what your mentality was on guys in the team now?
I think big, just focus on myself because I don't like a lot of people get caught up in who's coming in or whatever that. Just focus on yourself and most likely to help the team better, to be honest. Like they coming in, you gotta help them. Either way, it can't just be two tight ends on the field. We run a lot of 12 personnel, so we're gonna rotate either way. So how I feel about it, they focus on themselves. If they need help, I got them, or I'll help them anyway. It's a brotherhood. It's not really nice.
All right. Coach the field before, he used the tight ends more than Coach Frost. I'm talking about in the passing game. Is that something you're looking forward to if that holds true now?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Like to see the ball a little bit more.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I think every tight end like to get one touch at least a little bit, So it should be great. This offense, I think, is gonna be great for us, tight end blocking and passing. So
the other day, KJ was in here Saturday. He praised you. He talked about he can tell you played a lot of football, and stuff. Talk about KJ as a quarterback, how it's been catching passes from him.
Catching passes with KJ, he's real accurate with the ball. So he's like, he can see the whole field because he's like 6'4", so he can see the whole field. He's real accurate with the ball. I'm just getting in, just keep trying to learn the offense and keep learning the offense, getting better every day.
With KJ as well.
It's weird seeing a quarterback bigger than me. That's first thing. But you can just tell he knows what he's doing. And then earlier on in summer, I didn't really know what I was doing. And every time I asked him, he told me easily what to do. He knew exactly what to do. And he wasn't like demeaning about it. He kind of understood that, hey, I've been here for a week and a half and I don't really know anybody, but he was always very eager to help and kind of take that extra mile.
Francis, I'm curious how or in what ways Coach Coach Turner kind of helped you fall in love with the X's and O's of the offense, and what would you kind of classify your strengths as?
I mean, I'm pretty sure like Coach Pittman has said that they brought me here to block and kind of do what I've done a lot of in the past and kind of help these guys and show them how to kind of get nasty down there in the trenches. But I mean, I honestly don't know how Coach Turner did it. I think it's just the way that he teaches and he goes from like such small details to the point that all of a sudden it clicks, light bulb goes off and you see the whole picture for gap scheme, zone scheme, whatever it is. And I've kind of just I guess I've just fallen in love with it. And it's not like the meetings where you sit through and they drag on and they drag on. All of a sudden the horn goes off and I'm like, oh wow, an hour's gone by. And I mean, I think the other guys will vouch for that, and it's been a good camp so far in that regard.
Var'keyes, you were very productive catching the ball at North Texas. I was wondering, do you feel like it's realistic to put up similar numbers here, or how do you feel about that?
Oh yes, sir. I feel like I can put up way more numbers than I did at North Texas. Coach, the way Coach Eno's called the game plan and the way this offense is made around tight end, I can see myself going for way more than that.
Luke's probably not your typical true freshman. Maybe if each of you just maybe you could start. Francis, what's your all's take on Luke? What he brings to the room? How he's doing?
I don't know that I've ever seen a freshman, let alone a tight end, with just like the talent that Luke has. So I mean, I don't know. He's obviously the best freshman tight end I've ever seen, and he may very well likely be the best tight end in general that I've ever seen. I think the sky's the limit for that kid, and he brings it every day with his work ethic. And I think it'd be really easy for a kid with as much natural talent as him to kind of take a foot back in the weight room, or maybe not be responsible outside of here. And he's got the mentality of a fifth year, so I think the sky really is a limit for him.
Me with Luke, Luke's special. He real special. He the first like freshman that I saw that really just goes out there, gives his best, and looks like he been in this for like 3 years or 4 years. Like he looked comfortable out there. So I say this every time, like every day I say, see Luke, he's special, real special, and he should have a big year this year.
I'm gonna piggyback off on that, but if ball's in the air, he's gonna go get it, regardless. And if it's one-on-one, he's gonna win. So.
Dylan, his brother, much in practice, and if so, what's your take on Dylan? If you haven't faced him, don't worry about it.
He's a physical dude. Like he's small but mighty. Like he brings a punch to him for real. And I know him and Luke be going after it in practice a lot when they like see each other. Like the brotherly thing is funny. But Dylan's getting there. He's a real dog.
With a broken hand.
And yeah.
What'd you think about that?
He used that club a lot. He used that club to get off and block and stab. Whatever he had to do, he used it. He was doing his thing with it, and use your advantage. I like it.
I know you didn't catch a lot of balls at Louisville, and you just talked about your came here to get nasty in the trenches. But you think maybe you're maybe an underrated receiver, maybe surprise some folks with your pass catching?
Oh, 100%. I do think I'm a lot more athletic than I've showcased in the past, and I think that these coaches have been kind of surprised with what I've been able to do in the passing game, because I mean there's not much of it on film, but I do look forward to, if they call for it, me getting the ball in my hand. But I mean I'm just going to do whatever they ask me to.
Turner's kind of resume speaks for itself a little bit, but what were some of y'all's first impressions of him when you met him, and was there like kind of an immediate respect factor just with the guys that he's kind of put into the league?
Yes, I like to say when I first met him, actually sat in his office and I asked him, because me personally, I like when I get coaches yell a lot and like they trying to coach you hard, but like it's a certain extent where they need to just get the message across. And he told me, he was like, I don't care. He was like, I'm gonna just tell you what to do and do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. If you can, you can. And I respect that. Like that's just big to me. Like me personally, I feel like you can yell, but like sometimes you just need to. All players are different, so sometimes you just need to actually just communicate and talk normally. and he's great. I love it. Love that side.
Yeah, and piggyback on what Ty said, he more of a teacher instead of a yeller. He teaches first. He don't do too much yelling because when you teach it to you, you should get it by then, and you shouldn't make the same mistake again.
You were one of the higher ranked guys in the portal. Just what sold you on Arkansas?
What sold me on Arkansas was it was a lot. Coming out of high school, I had some big offers that they pulled away from that I plan on seeing during the season. So and then as it began, this offense is just perfect for tight end, and then it kind of fit the offense that I came from with at North Texas with Steph Trail with a 2 tight end set.
Tyrus, you were here in the spring. You got to see Luke. I think he's put on some weight. Where have you seen him grow the most since the spring?
I like to say passing game did because like he's bigger now. When he runs the route, they kind of bounce off. If you like give him a wing or something, he can actually like give him off a little bit more better. It just helps his game better to get open and catch balls. It just makes him better. And he can just block the game. He can work. So he's gonna put his head regardless.
What have you seen from the revamped secondary right now? Obviously, a lot of newcomers there. I know you guys might not go directly against them as tight ends, but what are you seeing from their development right now?
Say that secondary tends to scrimmage there. They can go. They real. I think they're deadly for real. But I see guys flying around. They rotating guys a lot. It's depth. It's just we didn't have that last year. Depth. If somebody went down, it was hard to like fit somebody in that could do the same thing. This year, it's like you got somebody else coming in that's just as good, even better. To be honest, so I think we're gonna be good either way. The defense is gonna be nice. It's gonna be really good. Big dog.
I'm curious, the nasty streak side of your game or part of your game, where did that come from? Or is it just kind of always been a part of you?
I mean, probably my junior and senior year, sitting on my bed crying that nobody wanted to give me an opportunity. So, I mean, I think I go out there every time with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. And kind of like he said, I got some stuff that I want to be able to cross off on the list and kind of make people regret a lot of decisions they made. And I mean, I'm in the SEC West now, and there's no better place to do it.
When you got in the portal, like who all was communicating with you?
A lot more schools than I thought. I mean, I think I'll just leave it at that. I think it was a good time to be a tight end and get in the portal. But I mean, Coach Pittman calls you, it changes things. And that's kind of how it went for me.
Because I mean, and some tight ends are kind of honorary offensive line. I know you guys want to catch passes, but what's your take on the offensive line through camp so far?
I know we got one young guy, Kudus. He is doing his thing. I think he just turned 19 that fact last weekend. Yeah, he turned 19 and been 18 playing like that. He's a big kid, and that's wild to me. And then the older guys are helping lead the way for the like twos coming in, and it's just gonna be great, I think, because the twos got experience also. I think the O-line's gonna be solid this year, all around.